This is the CAM Early Childhood Child Release Policy. Our program has your child's safety as our top priority. That is why we only release children to the adults that you have given permission to. Our program policy is that children may only be released to an adult, which is someone who is 18 years of age or older. So it is important that you identify as someone who can take custody of your child from the bus or who you give permission to pick up your child at one of our centers. We ask that anyone who has your permission to pick up your child is listed in writing. So there are three places where you can provide this information to us. The first is on the child information card, which you fill out with your child's teacher and is kept at the center. This would be people who are allowed to come into our centers and pick up your child from the classroom. This could be on a parent transport day or in case of an emergency where your child needs to leave school early. We also ask that you have a complete list of people who are authorized to take your child off the bus. Again, this can be at your home, but we need to have those people identified in writing. And then if there is a special circumstance or you want to add or change what you have previously written on one of our cards, you can also write a note. In very limited cases, will we accept an authorization over the phone or via text. And again, this is for your child's safety. We want to make sure that it's truly you who are providing the permission for someone to take custody of your child from our program. Please let anybody who is taking your child know that we will check their ID if the staff does not recognize them. So this is probably only going to be the first few times. Once the staff get to know and recognize people, we won't ask. But the first time that somebody comes to take your child, please make sure that they have a photo ID with them so we can check that ID with the permission cards that you have filled out. In some rare cases, someone may come to pick up a child who appears to be intoxicated or incapacitated. In those situations, if it is a safety concern and our staff feel that it is not safe for the child to be released into their custody, then we will work with that person or the parent to identify an alternate means of transportation. We may call somebody else from your contact list to come and pick up the child, or try to arrange for other transportation. If it is that the person takes the child against our recommendation and we fear for their safety, we may end up having to notify the authorities in the worst case scenario. Finally, it is important that you have up-to-date emergency contact information in case we need to get a hold of you. It is always good to have as many people as possible on your list to pick up your child, because if there is an emergency at school while your child is at school and they need to leave the center for some reason, or if something happens and we need to get a hold of somebody, we always want to make sure that there's somebody who can answer a phone call. So please make sure that whoever is on your list, including you as the parent or guardian, has a voicemail box that is set up, or that we can get a call through. So if we cannot reach the parents in the case of an emergency, we will move on to the next contact on your emergency contact list. If you have any questions about our child release policy, please reach out to your classroom teacher or your home visitor, or your family advocate for assistance. We're always here to help you. Thank you for watching.